Good morning, good evening, whatever time of day this is. Welcome. Welcome to another video. This one, I'm not sure how long it's gonna be, but I want to talk about something that I've seen a lot of. I don't know if it has a particular name or not, but I'm gonna call it female posturing. What I mean by this is, have you ever heard a woman say or a girl say something along the lines of make it make sense when they're talking about like dating a guy or something like that? Make it make sense. Look at me and look at you, or something of that nature. Basically trying to say that their status is beyond whatever guy that's trying to hit on them is. And the reason I want to talk about this is because it's all fake. It's kind of like when guys do the same thing, trying to be macho and trying to be hard, but they're really not. So it's like this false type of bravado. And it wouldn't be bravado because it's a woman. But basically, she's faking. She's straight up faking. So I know a lot of women. I've met a lot of women. I've talked to a lot of women. And what I see a lot of is women will try and fortify themselves because they feel like they're not enough all the time. They feel like that all the time. And so when they don't feel validated, they have to invalidate somebody else, or they want to invalidate somebody else. So it's kind of a telltale sign of, hey, just leave me alone, because I don't feel like I'm worth anything, so I definitely won't make you feel like you're worth anything. It is sad that we're in this predicament right now in our evolution. But I kind of don't think that it's all women's fault. Not necessarily. I think the over masculinization of women and the hyper feminization I can't talk today. Feminization of men is a real thing. I'll tell you like this. I was born in the 80s. And most of the movies, TV shows, all of that I saw, all of them were kind of on the same vein. If it was a married couple, then the man was being emasculated. And the woman was like this masculine, almost masculine figure. And it just, perpetuated itself like that. Shoot, now that I think about it, it kind of started with like, Ricky and Lucy. If you ever, saw I Love Lucy, you see that, Lucy didn't do what Ricky said, and she wasn't really worried about what he was talking about. And Ricky would do all of these feminine actions, even though he wasn't a feminine guy at all. So he'd put his hands on his head and make all of these grand gestures about like being shocked and appalled and all of this kind of stuff. And that just, it was theatrics. But because of theatrics, because of the media, because of how we viewed entertainment and how we view it still today, we call this stuff reality when it's really not. And so what happens is kids pick it up, and young men and women pick it up, and we think that that's the way it's supposed to be. So we watch these videos, and we listen to music and do all of these different things, and we subtract the reality outside of it. And so what we see in this situation of this false feminine perspective. We'll get to guys in another video. Believe me, we'll talk about all of that stuff too. But what I want to come to is that it's just false. It's something that we've seen on TV and we've tried to make it reality. That's why when a woman sees a real man, gets with a real man, talks to a real man, there's none of that false stuff anymore, because her false masculinity can't compete with real masculinity. Just like what makes most guys fearful of talking to women is this hyper-feminization. So their feminized ideals or the way of looking at things in a feminine way is far less than the real energy, real feminine energy, if that makes any sense. And so what I'm saying is, mostly to guys at this particular moment, if a girl is saying, look at me and look at you, if she's saying all of these things, just know that it's coming from a place of, I don't feel safe, I don't feel seen, I don't feel worthy, I don't feel valued. And she's projecting that onto you. It has nothing to do with you or your worth. It has everything to do with how she feels and how she feels that she has been treated in her life. Nothing to do with you. So I say, stop worrying about what these women have to say about stuff. Find somebody who is looking at life in a way that says, hey, I'm a part of civilization, I'm a part of humanity, I'm a part of the solution, not the problem, because that's part of the problem. I'm just gonna be honest. Acting like that doesn't have any reason to be in civilization today. There's no reason to say that kind of stuff, and it's not okay. It really isn't. What does it mean for you to emasculate a man by saying, well, you don't look attractive enough, or you don't make enough money, or whatever, blah, blah, blah? Who are you? And what entitles you to think that you can get anything from anybody for any reason? Why? So it's a part of the problem. This is a part of the problem. I'm not saying don't have standards. I'm not saying that you don't have preferences. I understand all of that. But being a damn asshole about stuff does not make it any better. Does not make civilization better. Doesn't make your community better. It doesn't make anything better. So if you're one of those women, and you probably will be, this will probably be shared to you or something, talking about what this guy said. If you're one of those, believe me, you should stop. You really should. Because what happens when you have a son? What happens when you have a daughter? You go out here and you tell her this shit. What happens is, then you have the next generation who's doing this stuff with a generation of men who's not going to put up with this stuff. Men are already messed up because we grew up with all of this hyper-feminized stuff. We're already messed up, and a hyper-feminine man, a hyper-feminized man is dangerous. And we'll get to that in another video. We'll get to that in another video, because I've gone way over talking about just this. So we'll talk about that in another video. But stop doing this stuff if you're one of those women. If you're a guy listening to this and you're in the market for a partner, a wife, friends with benefits, or whatever it is you're looking for, don't worry about these women out here saying this kind of stuff to you. Don't worry about the shit tests. Don't worry about that stuff. They have their own insecurities. It has nothing to do with you. One thing I realized, it took me far too long to realize this, but the stuff that women say, all of this catty, yap stuff, it ain't got nothing to do with you, homie. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It's got everything to do with her. And on that note, I'm gonna end this video. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. If you're looking at this on any other platform, leave me a comment. Leave a comment anyway. I'd like to know what y'all think about this. What do you think about female posturing? Is it a thing? Is it something that we are really facing here, or is it just like something that I'm seeing in my own demographic? Is it something that I'm seeing in my own community? Is it something to really worry about? Y'all let me know. And if you like content like this, I always talk about life, and I do things usually with a spiritual air behind it, not so much on this one. But if you like this type of content, subscribe to this channel, and I'll be back with another one pretty soon. See y'all later.